tell all of your friends, and get your voice heard. And yes, I'm here. Whatever time of day it is, whatever day it is, whatever second it is, whatever hour it is, this is the People's WWE channel, and I am the man, the face of hardcore. And this video will be a little bit different. I'm going to get to why, but right now, tell everyone you know and spread the word. And obviously, I urge you right now to comment below. I urge you to check out the description, and any question you want to ask, always ask it. And smash that damn bell right now to every single one of my damn notifications on. This will be a sit down video because I'm aching, bruised, battered, and hurting from defending my prestigious and important hardcore championship. But while I sit here, I tell you to go and follow me on Twitter or RickTheRock30. And for those 2 shoutouts, like and subscribe. And speaking of shoutouts, I've got a few to do. Second shoutout goes out to Wrestling Guru. Everybody go and check out his videos. He only has 3 subscribers, but he continues to do those videos, so I think that's cool. Jessica Ashworth, I know you're probably watching, so thank you for that. Cheesy Savage, thank you to you for subscribing. And Adrice Chester, thank you for you to subscribing. To everybody else, go and check out their channels. And to everybody else, those 2 shoutouts, you like and you subscribe. I'm sat down, I'm not copying anybody, but I'm just thought to do a little bit of a different video. And this is going to be a 3-way triple threat review. I'm going to review 3 shows. And while I'm doing this, you like and subscribe for those 2 shoutouts. And of course, go and view and like WWA World Wrestling Alliance on Facebook. And the first show I'm going to review is AEW's Fight for the Fallen. I do want to say that it was a unique setting. I thought the venue was very unique, very cool, in an amphitheatre. So, at Fight for the Fallen, 2 matches on the pre-show, and very minimal talking, more action. Just a minute, I'm just going to... 1 second. Yeah. So as I was saying, on the pre-show, it was... Are you listening? I said, are you listening? Oh, you're there. So on the pre-show, it was a match that I tuned in too late to see. And if you're wondering, I write down the results and little header. It was Sonny Kiss to go on Peter Avalon in a singles match action. This was a decent match. My first look at both of them in a match. I'm coming out with the 1, 2, 3 was Sonny Kiss. So he'll probably get pushed. And in your second match on the pre-show, it was Britt Baker and Ryu taking on Bea Priestley, I have actually met, and Shoko Nakajima. Not sure who she is, but my first look at her. Yeah, great to see Bea Priestley on a big event, a big pay-per-view, and in a big company. And they came out as your winners. On the actual card, on the main card. We kicked off with triple threat action in a like and subscribe match for 2 shout ouch. It was the Dark Order, Angelico and Jack Evans, and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. My first look at Luchasaurus in a proper match. My first look at Dark Order in a proper match. And yeah, all these guys impressed me. And coming out with the W was the Dark Order. And again, I told you to stay downstairs. And another fellow YouTuber, hello if you're watching, to the H. He did say, what are these guys fighting for? And obviously in WWE, they have lots of championship matches, sometimes too many. Well, that's exactly it. They're not really fighting for much, they're fighting for a bye, which makes it more important, I think. Next up was 6-man tag team action. It was a team of MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Shawn Spears taking on Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela. Good match here. Jimmy Havoc hasn't done much in the way of like death matches or hardcore, really. Did bits on Double or Nothing, but not too much. Hopefully he'll do some more. Darby Allin is good. My second look at MJF, second look at Sammy Guevara. MJF is a really good heel, I think. Probably not the best, but good. And my first look at Shawn Spears in AEW, and he got the win here, which makes sense to play facing Cody at All Out. Next up, in women's action, it was debut time. It was Brandy Rhodes taking on Ali. Ali's good, and my first look at Brandy here. And there was no way she was going to lose her debut match, and she didn't. But she did yell to like and subscribe. She said that. Next up was another singles match. It was Adam Page, it was Kip Sabian facing toe-to-toe with each other. This was a good match here. Adam Page is good. Super bad. Kip Sabian kissed the guy in the crowd in the audience to get heat, which I think was a good move. And then Adam Page picking up the 1, 2, 3. Build momentum heading into All Out. After the match, Chris Jericho came out and attacked Adam here. Next up was tag team action, probably the match of the night, the show stealer highlight of the night. Well, I'm the highlight of the night on any given night, any given year. But this match came close to being just as good as me. It was the Lucha Brothers, and it was SoCal Uncensored SCU. What I like about AEW, they gave everybody a win. And coming out with that win, with that W, was the Lucha Brothers. This was a really good match here, like I've said. And the Lucha Brothers did challenge the Young Bucks in a ladder match for the tag team titles at All Out. So that should be really good, should be a spectacular. We then had Chris Jericho coming out talking. He cut a promo, which he said in his interview on YouTube. It was unscripted, which it should be like in WWE, which I do agree to some certain extent. And then Adam Page came out and they beat each other up and had to be separated, which hypes up the match at All Out. Next up was singles action. Singles match, 1-on-1. It was Shima taking on Kenny Omega. This was a good match here, and Kenny Omega needed a win, and guess what? He got that win. Next up in tag team action, it was tag team versus tag team, brothers versus brothers. In a dream match, it was the Young Bucks. Then on the other side of the ring, it was Cody and Dustin Rhodes. This was a good match here. Yes, a dream match. I did pick Cody and Dustin to win, but when you think about it, heading into All Out, the Young Bucks needed a win, and yes, they beat Cody and Dustin Rhodes here. And in your main event of the evening, the real main event, in a no DQ match, I did defeat Jungle Boy. So I give Fight of the Fallen 8 out of 10. And down. I'm the man, and you should like and subscribe. I'm the champ. The important one. The prestigious one. Hang on. And right now, you should go and add me on Facebook at Ricky J. Pate. And speaking of Facebook, obviously, go and view and like WWE World Wrestling Alliance. Because next up is a WWE review, and it is the Evolve review. Good event here, really good event. Some people I know, some people I don't, and we'll get into that. So, to kick things off in the future is now showcase match. It was Johnny Briggs in singles action against Anthony Green. Neither man I've heard of, but this was a good match, really good match to kick things off. Both men impressed me. Josh Briggs picking up the win, and I think he could be signed up to NXT pretty soon. This was, by the way, this was live on the WWE Network, and if you didn't know, Evolve is kind of where most NXT get most of people from, because they do work with WWE. Next up in a fatal 4-way match, it was titled Like and Subscribe. It was Kurt Stallion, Sean Maluta, Stephen Wolf, and Harlem Bravado. Kurt and Stephen never heard of. Sean Maluta obviously a WWE, and Harlem Bravado I've met here in the UK at a local company. And yeah, all men impressed me. And the winner of this photo match, getting his hand raised high, was Stephen Wolf. And no, Stephen, you can't have a hardcore title shot. I know you've been on Twitter asking me, but no, you can't have one. Because next up was another single match. It was Anthony Henry taking on his opponent, R2 Raw House. Or how we pronounce his name. Anthony I've never heard of, and R2 Raw obviously is in WWE on NXT. And he proved why, because he was your winner in this one. Next up was in a women's no DQ match. It was Brandi Lauren and it was Shotzi Blackheart. I have met Shotzi Blackheart. Brandi, not sure who she is. And this was a probably no DQ match here. In your DQ match and an old ball match in WWE, the referee really tries to pull the person back if they get involved. But this one, they just let them go. Good match here. And as predicted, Brandi Lauren was the winner of this no disqualification match. Next up, we had another singles match. It was Colby Corino taking on Baba Tunde. Colby also knows Steve Corino's son, but other than that, not sure who he is. And Baba Tunde is on NXT, and he proved why here. Guess what? Yes, he won. Next up was the Evolve Tag Team titles. Not the Hardcore title, but the Tag Team titles. It was Air Fox and Leon Ruff taking on the tag team of Eddie Kingston and Joe Gacy. Leon and Joe, never heard of. And Eddie Kingston and Air Fox, again, I have met at PCW, which we'll get to later on after these reviews. This was titled Gold. Good match here. All men impressed me. And as predicted, come out the win as your brand new Evolve Tag Team Champions are Air Fox and Leon Ruff. So congrats to them. Next up was 205 Live vs NXT, a match of the night, the show stealer, the highlight of the night. Really, really good match here. It was Drew Gulak taking on Matt Riddle in a catch point match. A good wrestling match, not much high flying. And coming out as your winner in this one was Matt Riddle. So WWE also want to push him, so why not? We then had Paul Heyman, ladies and gentlemen, coming out talking. Cut a promo, and he was the ring announcer for this next match. This next match was scheduled for one fall. And it was JD Drake taking on Austin Theory for both the WWN and Evolve Championships. JD Drake, no idea. And Austin, I've vaguely heard of. This was a good match here. Again, another great match. All matches were good. They all went the distance, but this was really, really good, I thought. I'm calling that as your brand new WWN and remaining Evolve champion was Austin three-way. Then your main event of the night, your main event evening featured the NXT Championship on the line. It was a one, the only none other than Akira Tozawa taking on from NXT Adam Cole, baby. This was a good match here. Great spot for Akira Tozawa that he got an NXT title shot. And no shock here that coming out the win and still holding onto his championship was Adam Cole. This was a good match. Then Johnny Gargano came out and talked to finish the show. And I give Evolve a 10 out of 10. Before I get into my next review, go and follow me on Twitter right now. Rick the Rock 30 and like and subscribe. Because the next event review is the Extreme Rules 2019 review. So, 2 matches on the kickoff show that should have really been on the main show. Both good matches. And it was Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship Gold. This was a good match here. Not much else to say for coming out with the win as your new Intercontinental Champion is Shinsuke, so hopefully he gets pushed. Another match that should have been on the pre-show but was on the kickoff show for the Cruiserweight Championship. It was Drew Gulak taking on Tony Nese, a rematch for Stomping Grounds, but this was a good match. Remaining as the champion, calling himself champion, was Drew Gulak. Then that was a good match there, and on to the main show, on to the main card. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Because it was to kick things off in a huge way in a no-holds-barred match. It was Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre taking on the Big Dog Roman Reigns and the Dead Man, The Undertaker. Great way to kick things off. The Undertaker looks in great shape wearing his 90s gear. Big way to kick things off. And Undertaker proving that Goldberg was a problem at Super Showdown. And coming out with the 1, 2, 3 with the Undertaker and Roman Reigns. Next up in tag team action for the Raw tag team titles, it was the top guys, the Revival, taking on Jay and Jimmy, the Usos. This was a good match here. A match that just got thrown together, but people did care about it after this match. Really good match here. And coming out holding those titles up high are the Revival. Next up was Raw vs SmackDown. It was Cesaro taking on Aleister Black. This was a good match here, but not much brawling, not much fighting. But coming out the win, a man that I don't think is going to lose for a while is Aleister Black. Next up was the last man standing match. The almighty Bobby Lashley taking on the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Good match here. They went absolutely everywhere. Used a load of weapons. Went all round the arena. Good match here. Ending with a power slam from a platform. Now I would have had Bobby Lashley picking up a victory, but as your last man standing is Braun Strowman. Like I said, a really good match here. Next up was in a triple threat match for the SmackDown Live tag team titles on the SmackDown side of things. It was Heavy Machinery. It was Daniel Bryan and Rowan, and it was the New Day. Good match here. Heavy Machinery proving what a great tag team they are. And I would have had them picking up the win. But going out as your 6-time tag team champions are the New Day. So going for these. I suppose they do sell a lot of merch. Keeping with the SmackDown side of things, in a handicap match that really could use a stipulation, it was Bayley taking on for Monday Night Raw, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Not really much for Teddy. It was okay. And Bayley's still the champion. Next up Well, we have done with that side, and we haven't. But next up, another match that really shouldn't. You needed a stipulation for the United States Championship was a phenomenal one. AJ Styles taking on one, the only, the high-flying, risk-taking Ricochet. This was a good match here. Like I said, it could have been a ladder match or something. But coming to the win, we crowned a new champion, and his name is AJ Styles. Next up, in a very quick match that lasted 17 seconds, Kevin Owens defeated Drew Gulak. Really not much at all to be said here. Next up for the WWE Championship, in a fresh match, it was the Boom 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 Kofi Kingston taking on Samoa Joe. Good match here, but didn't really go the distance. Didn't really get started before it was all before you knew it. And coming out the winner, still holding that title, is Kofi Kingston. Next up in your main event, in an Extreme Rules match for the both the Raw and Universal Championship, it was a tag team of Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans taking on Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. All-round match here, but not many weapons involved. It did look odd, being tagging in and out. But the ending was good, where Baron Corbin did the end of days on Becky. Seth went absolutely mad. So that was a nice touch. I did enjoy that bit. But coming that win, holding on to their respective titles, are Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. But no. The night isn't over yet. The Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, cashed in, defeated Seth Rollins in your brand new reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world. And in your real main event, in a real Extreme Rules match, Taz got pinned 1, 2, 3, defeated, beat, and fell prey to me. I'm still your hardcore champion. And now it's on for me to SummerSlam and probably TakeOver as well, where I have to defend it against somebody. But we'll get to that in other videos. But I do give Extreme Rules 9 out of 10. It was a little bit better than Fight of the Fallen, but not as good as Evolve, I didn't think. I am off to an event this weekend. It's called Unstoppable Wrestling in Rottenstall. Will again probably be defending my title. Then, speaking of PCW, it will be White Collar Wrestling 5 on. You like and you subscribe. Like and you simply subscribe. PCW White Collar Wrestling 5, August 10th. You have to get the tickets from the bad guys who are doing it. So I got it from Daniel Waldemar on Facebook. Go and get one, tell them I sent you. It's then August 16th in Blackpool, and then August 17th for 2. That's right, 2 shows in Preston. I'll probably be there. Come and get a picture with my title. I may or may not give you an autograph, because I am the greatest hardcore champion, the 9-time hardcore champion. The best ever. The man. The best in the world. The champion. The hardcore champion. This is the People's WWE channel. So that'd be my reviews. Thank everybody too that's watched my other video. There's more coming, more fun, more hardcore, more controversial, more extreme videos coming. And that's why you need to like and subscribe. I said, I'll repeat it, like and subscribe. Because forever and always, the face of hardcore. The face of hardcore. Awaits.